Hey guys, I'm going live because this is all happening live right now in New York. So I'm not waiting for anybody to jump on. I want to talk about this now. For those of you who have not heard, a car has plowed into a crowd in Times Square, New York. And as has been happening for a long time now in other places around the world, like Israel specifically, terrorists have been using that method to attack people. And what's going to happen here in the U.S.? Now, we don't have, I don't have all the answers. I don't know what's going on. I don't know the details of what happened in Times Square, but what I do know is that a crowd is formed and someone drove a vehicle into them, killing one person, injuring 19 so far. Hey, Mike. I hope you find this interesting because this is much closer to you than it is to me. We've got to realize that our media is not going to call it terrorism. We've had so many other things happen. We'll hear them say, oh, it was a drunk driver. It was someone who lost control of their vehicle. And maybe those things are true, but there is a good possibility that this is the start of what the Middle East has been warning us, what the Israeli government has been telling us about, what the FBI just put out. If you guys aren't aware, the FBI just put out a warning that this is going to start to happen here more often. Why are people going to drive vehicles into crowds? Because it's easy. It's easy to drive a vehicle into a crowd because you don't have to have any kind of fancy license to go buy a car or rent a car. You gotta have a driver's license. And you don't have to have any level of training to get into a vehicle and ram it into a bunch of people. What's up, Rob? I know that you guys are definitely interested in this. Did you hear about what happened in Times Square? A vehicle has just rammed into the crowd. It's been a little while now, but 1 fatality, 19 injuries so far. This is coming to America. Of course, they said it was a drunk driver. So we're going to go from drunk driver to a seizure. We might hear in the future that it was a someone with diabetes. The FBI put out this warning recently. It's happening. It's going to happen here. It is easy to get a car. It's not easy to put a bomb somewhere. It's not easy to get a bunch of firearms to shoot a crowd, but it's very easy to put a car through a crowd. So while this incident might be a drunk driver, maybe, while it might be someone who had a seizure behind the wheel and lost control of the vehicle, we've got to recognize that there are organizations out there that are plotting to hurt us, and they can't do it in the means that they're used to doing it because they don't have access to all the tools they're used to using to hurt other people. So a vehicle is the easiest way to do that. So be aware, be alert, be mindful of your environment when you're in a crowded area. Are there suspicious vehicles around? Did you know that truckers are getting warned to be on the lookout because there is a concern that now they're going to start using semi-sized vehicles? Anybody can learn to drive a semi-truck. So that's getting put out. The media is not going to tell us about it. It's just the way it is. We don't want to scare the sweet people of America. So be aware. That's right, Rob. Have your head on a swivel. Talk to your friends. Talk to your family. Make sure that they're aware that this is a possibility and that it's an easy form of hurting a lot of people. So stay safe out there. Have your head on a swivel. Be sure that you are aware of what's happening around you at all times. Thank you guys for joining, and thank you guys who are watching the replay. If you have any comments about this, feel free to share. If you completely disagree with me, feel free to share that too. But what I'm telling you is the FBI is talking about it. Israel's been talking about it for how long? Because they've been suffering it for how long? This is coming to us, and we've got to be prepared for it. So head on a swivel. Stay safe out there. Take care.